Hey everybody, we are live. We're gonna get like a few seconds for people to come on the chat, to come and chat with us. We live. How's your day going so far? Before we get into it?
It's going somewhere. How's your day going?
It's going pretty. It's wet and outside, and we staying dry, but.
Yes. To all our Dallas area people, be careful. Turn around, don't drown. Wherever you need to go, I promise it ain't worth it. That booty call will be there later. Let this water recede. Don't be trying to drive your little Nissan Altima thinking you gonna make it. You gonna be stranded. Don't play now. Okay.
You better, if you ain't got no boat, stay home.
That's it.
Okay. If you ain't got no boat, stay home.
If you ain't in the Cajun Navy, please stay on your couch and or in your bed. Thank you.
Stay on the couch. All right, we see it's some people coming in, so we're gonna get it started. Welcome to All Elite with Keeks. I'm Keeks. I'm here with the most infamous Miss Meka here from Women's Wrestling. Introduce yourself to the people. Give her your flowers in the comments. Put your flower emojis in the chat.
Hey y'all, so I am Meka, aka Meek the Mage from Women's Wrestling Talk. I have been off for a while, so I know a lot of y'all are like, whoa, is that her? It's me in the flesh. I'm here. I will be back soon. Keeks was able to get me back in the groove.
Yes, I did.
For her. So we're here. But for those who don't know, I write and I am a host for Women's Wrestling Talk. An array of different shows that we'll go through at the end. But I'm glad to be here. Let's do it. I mean, the people gonna have feelings, so let's just go on.
Glad to have you on. Glad to have you on. You guys, make sure y'all follow her. Her hashtag is in the on her name, so please make sure y'all follow her and make sure y'all check out her dope thread of her articles that she has written. Very talented. She's very important, and make sure you follow and support Black women that are journalists and also in content, and she's one of those. So I'm thankful for you for being on the show today. So we're going to get into some things. We're going to start off with the opening of AEW Dynamite. The first match pop off. CM Punk comes out with the whole promo. Promo out of nowhere, he came for Hangman Page after months of being injured. He randomly came for Hangman, called Hangman out his name before he got on topic with Moxley. He called Hangman a female cat and all kinds of B words and all of that. And Hangman was in the back and catering, minding his business, eating his food, and just as confused as everyone. So what you think about Punk's promo?
So listen, at this point, when that man come outside and get in the ring and sit cross-legged, I just know we finna get some foolishness.
Yeah.
Apparently, the comments about CM Punk were not cleared. That was just him shooting, which we don't need you to do, Papa. Right. Please contain yourself. I think the promo was cool. The back and forth with Mox was cool. They're good for referencing, their past lives at that other company. They're good for referencing that in a promo. So that was leveraged a lot. I think it was interesting. I giggled when he said, "You've never been the best. You've always been the third best everywhere you've been." And I was like, "Oh, debatable with the Shield." Very debatable with the Shield, because I mean Roman Reigns exists, but
that'll be all day topic.
Just saying, Roman Reigns existed in the Shield, and he is not the big dog then that he is now. Just gonna say that, but he better back all this up. Is all I'm saying. You ain't been here in months. You already pawpaw. Gray beard. We need you to show us what you're talking about at this point, because you're running your mouth a lot, and I just want to make sure you about that life.
Right. I am afraid that Moxley kind of lost the talking battle in this one.
Definitely.
Moxley is not too much of a promo guy anyway. Like, he'll talk shit and he'll just leave. He's all about the wrestling. So he kind of got him on that one. But as Moxley said, you're known for the talking. You're not, nobody can't even name a classic match from you. We can only name promos because you're a promo guy.
He's not wrong. I mean, now he sounds sassy, very sassy. Okay. Let me tell you what tickled me. Speaking of sassy, because perfect segue. Thank you for that comment. When that fool laid in the middle of that ring and started making snow angels while Wild Thing was on and that man was walking to the ring, I said, you know what? I don't know what era of wrestling this is at AEW, but we getting out of hand here. This man is making snow angels in the middle of the ring.
Right. Now apparently the shoot towards Hangman wasn't supposed to happen. They said that he did that on his own, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I guess what Hangman said in the promo that happened in May, mind you, it happened way in May. Right. I guess they're still playing on the back of his head. I don't know. He probably
they said they got some personal beef, Keeks. They said there's some stuff going on backstage that the two of them is not. So I'm like, well, somebody tell us what's going on. We need the details.
That's what I heard. They is saying that the promo that he did in May was kind of a shoot at CM Punk in defense of Colt Cabana. So I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. Somebody probably told him, hey, he defended your boy. Well, your old boy. And he probably
your old boy.
I don't
know. First of all, Colt Cabana is a whole nother conversation we're not even finna touch right now.
That's a whole,
ma'am. We're not even finna, no thank you. Yes, it's the drama behind the scenes for me. I'll be trying to get all the tea. I'll be like, spill it. Sean Wiretap, Denise, we know y'all know. Tell us what's going on, and I don't want to pay the premium price for it. Tell me on the timeline what's going on backstage.
We'll get more into CM Punk because y'all already tweeted what he was for this week. So we're going to move forward to the next match because we'll talk about this all day. This will be an all-day discussion. What happened? Also, we had the match with Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia for the 2 out of 3 falls count match. Great match. Daniel Garcia proves himself again as probably one of the new faces, new younger faces in the AEW roster that they'll push up really soon. He's been facing some great opponents for him to be his age. So facing Bryan Danielson for the second time. So that says a lot right there. So it says a lot without saying it. At the end of the match or whatever, of course, he shows his little respect, and my Jared Goat did not like it. He came out and you know I'm a Jericho stan. So
we'll get into it. I used to be, but we'll get into it.
So he slapped his hand, and Jericho told him, look, you got a decision to make. So it looks like it's leading to a possible, from what the dirt sheets are saying, that it will probably be a Jericho versus Danielson at All Out. So I'll let you, I let you have the floor. Go on and come on with it. I hear it all the time.
So the match was great. I enjoy letting Danielson be Danielson because Daniel Bryan is a different person than Bryan Danielson. I mean, I understand they're the same person, but that is a different person, and I enjoy Bryan Danielson a lot more than I did Daniel Bryan. The match, he's a great worker. Him and Daniel Garcia actually have really good chemistry because the match was like really good. I didn't expect, of course, Daniel Garcia to win, but I am glad that he showed up the way that he did. Daniel Garcia is really up and coming. Sweet kid, first of all. Such a sweet kid. But it's crazy to see they're putting the rocket behind him, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with it. But let me tell you something. Y2 Jericho could have stayed his almost 6-pack self where he was. Okay. You don't have to be involved in everything. You and the stringy hair need to get some. Listen, I used to love Chris Jericho. I did. He is not the same Jericho that I used to love. I don't know who this erratic white man is now that's doing all of this stuff on TV at this point. I don't enjoy him as much as I used to, and I don't like that. But I know that this is a different era for him, so I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him be. I'm gonna let him flourish and be whoever he wants to be at this point in time. But leave Daniel Garcia alone. Leave my little kid alone, all right? But I would like to see him switch sides, because if Daniel does, you know, hop over to Blackpool, there might be a little interesting addition over there if that's where we're heading, because it looks like he's not going to be with the Appreciation Society much longer going down this road.
And you know what? They kind of been alluding to it, because him and Sammy be making weird expressions towards each other too.
Yeah.
So I think they probably might be setting that up soon.
I agree. I think that they brought Daniel in because they missed Sammy. Mm-hmm. Almost as a replacement for Sammy. They needed that young blood, that young, fresh, reckless person to come in. But now it's kind of like there's this town isn't big enough for the two of us partner thing going on right now. So, I mean, even though Blackpool already has Wheeler Yuta and he's a young gun, his young is different than Daniel Garcia's. So I think that Daniel could learn a lot if they did move him over there. And, that happens. But the match between him and Sammy it'll be one. Listen, it's going to be one for the books. We can't miss it.
Yeah, it is. As much as I don't personally like Sammy, but I cannot deny what he does in the ring. So it will definitely be something going forward. So I knew it will eventually happen, because the way, when Sammy came out, Daniel just looking at him like, what the? And then Sammy look at Daniel like, what the? We just letting anybody up in here.
Exactly.
So we gonna get that. We definitely gonna get that coming soon. So next, what happened after that? The 2 or 3 falls. We had the segment, which it was Ricky Steamboat, which he was guested on AEW. He was in the crowd. He did a segment backstage against Jericho. Ricky Steamboat ain't minded his business, dipping in somebody else's business, and just talking. Do what old folks do. Not in, you in other people's business. You don't know what's going on. You just got here today. And so while y'all, it was a little callback as well, because if y'all remember, Jericho did fight Steamboat at WrestleMania. He also fought several legends. It was over that for that movie that came out at the time, The Wrestler or whatever. When he fought Mickey Rogue, or Mickey Rogue punched him, something like that. So it was a little callback from there, and being a big Jericho fan, everybody know his hero was Ricky Steamboat. So look cute. It was cute. We've seen it before, but it was cute. Little cute segment. Yeah. So
AEW has a cute way of repackaging things that we've enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And giving it back to us. And I'm not being shady, guys. I'm not being shady when I say that. I mean, like, they will give us the 2.0 version of things that we've enjoyed in the past. So I do appreciate that they do that. Yeah. Thank you to, I was going to say something very inappropriate about Tony Khan. Thank you, Tony Khan. I won't talk about that right now, but we appreciate you for your efforts. The segment was cute, Steamboat, but it is time to go lay down. Now, Steamboat, don't do too much more playing. Go to the house and lay down, because these legends, if anybody watched Ric Flair's last match, that should tell y'all what y'all need to know. Y'all go sit down. Papa, we love you. Go sit down. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he did too. He was like, you see that, and that is why I'm not doing this.
If that man said he blacked out 3 times during the match, I said, please, please, Papa.
I know Undertaker and them was just like, somebody stop it. I can't watch too much of this.
Yeah, I mean, Jake the Snake quietly snuck out too. He was in AEW like front and center, and then all of a sudden we just didn't see him no more.
Yeah.
Take your leave.
Yeah.
Take your leave.
Take your leave. It's all right. You ain't got nothing else to prove. You been there, done that.
We love you.
It was you versus Macho Man WrestleMania 3. Everybody remembers that. Everybody.
1, 2, as in 0, 1, 2, 3, baby. You don't got nothing to prove to these people.
You have nothing. Like, your match was more important than fucking Hulk Hogan doing a whatever.
Terry. We don't call him that. His mama named him Terry. We're gonna call him Terry.
Okay, Terry. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Terry.
Yeah, right. You know, racists don't get no love.
Racist.
Your mama named Terry. Thank you, Terry.
Well, and then yeah. I ain't gonna say too much because we ain't trying to get canceled. We probably will though. But
it's inevitable.
Next after the Steamboat, what happened? Varsity Blondes versus Gun Club. I had said that I would be nice about Gun Club because I was told to give them a chance. When I tried to give them a chance, the match was already over. I looked down and I looked up and the match was over. So I don't know if I count this as one because, like I said, I looked down and I looked up, the match was over. It was Varsity Blondes jobbing. Well, maybe because what's the name? Brian Pillman Jr. Maybe he getting punished for what he was saying, what he was tweeting and stuff or something. So he probably getting punished or something. I don't know, but they was jobbers for this match.
You know, it is rough to see Baby Pills. That's what I call Brian Pillman Jr. Baby Pills. It is rough to see him jobbing. That is rough. He's actually a really good wrestler. I don't enjoy the Varsity Blondes like gimmick. It gives me too much besties of the world type feel. It's very slice of life, and I'm like, okay, we're grown-ups here. I'm actually glad they moved Julia Hart, but we'll talk about that in another segment. I'm glad they finally, I mean, even though it took them 75 years to get her out of there, that was the slowest turn I've ever seen in my life, but she's not there no more. But yeah, I was like, so 2.2 seconds. This is what, okay. All right. Well,
I'm telling you, I looked down. I don't know what I was doing. I look up, bell rung is over with. I'm like, what did they even do? I didn't even see the finish. I didn't know what they did. I just know that they won. And Daddy Ass was out there on the stage and he wanted to thank his sons, the Ass Boys. Then you had Stokely come out of nowhere. And then the Ass Boys turned on their daddy and the Acclaim came out of the rescue for against the Ass Boys. So we have Scissor Me Daddy Ass back together. Scissor Me Daddy Ass is back. All hopes is not lost, you guys. We can finally get that merch. Scissor Me Daddy Ass. Say it, Banks.
No.
I said no.
I'll say scissor me. That's about it. But daddy ass, no ma'am. God bless.
If you in the chat, put in scissor me daddy ass for the one time.
Please.
I appreciate you.
Can they just like put the scissors and nothing else? Like that'd be
put the scissors, yes. Drop the scissor emoji in the chat.
Scissors and the peach. Yeah, no, actually,
the scissor and the peach.
Let's push it, Queens. Yeah, put the scissors and the peach in the chat, yo.
Scissor peach.
Scissor peach. Y'all know what that means. If you know, you know. Scissor peach.
If you in the comments, put the scissor peach.
Put the scissor peach. We want to see the scissor peaches. Listen, I just want them to take the cape off for that old man. Pawpaw is fine. Stop trying to save Daddy Gun, Daddy Ass, whatever y'all want to call him. Okay.
They do.
This segment, so first of all, I do want to say that AEW has done that to us 3 times this week because there were 2 matches in Rampage that were like, why are we here? I don't even know if the music ended before the match ended. Like, I'm confused. But clearly was just to set it up, and maybe we'll get a match with Scissor Me Daddy Ass versus the Ass Boys and whoever they want to team up with, you know, coming up, and we'll see what happens. But, you know, leave it to, oh, can I say this? Leave it to the little clear children to betray their parents. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Because over on that other network, Dominic is still getting his ass whooped daily for his daddy. So it ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty is all I'm saying.
She said the clear children.
Clear children. Leave it to clear children to betray their daddy.
That's a new one.
That's what they
are.
We're
gonna start calling him that.
The clear people.
She said it first. We gonna clear.
Y'all are killing me with these scissors and these.
Keep putting the scissors and the peaches in the Shout out to y'all in the comments with the scissors and the peach.
That's gonna be the merch. You need to drop that merch. It need to say All Elite with Keeks, and then on the back it need to have a scissor and a peach. I'll buy it.
You heard it here first.
I'll buy it. Take my card.
Scissors and a peach. So that segment happened, so we'll move forward. We had the Jungle Boy and Christian segment. Jim Ross told you about them. We had a Jungle Boy called out Christian. Christian came out. They had their little words, and then Jungle Boy tried to attack Christian. Christian ended up attacking him. So we'll have probably a Jungle Boy versus Christian at All Out. I'm just ready for it. Like I've been saying for a minute, Christian took Jungle Boy under his wing to make him better. Because we know that Jungle Boy was not a good promo guy at all. But he always said that he's had great anxiety speaking, like this. So he's we can tell he's gotten over that and he's becoming better. So Christian is a good vet, a true vet. So this is basically to just showcase that Jungle Boy can be on the edge. People have always wanted that fierce side of Jungle Boy and not this, Tarzan gimmick and stuff like that. So sorry, y'all, that was Baba Keeks. But what do you think? Are you looking forward to this match?
I look forward to anything Christian does. I love Christian. I've loved Christian throughout his whole career.
Me too.
He's great to me. He's one of those silent contributors that you miss when they're gone, if that makes sense, because you can tell that he's a true leader and he's having fun with what he's doing with Jungle Boy. I am looking forward to this match because I feel like, you heard it here first, but I feel like Luchasaurus is going to turn and they'll get back together. And then Christian will just be able to kind of fade into the sunset and do whatever he wants to do and not be attached to, what do I call them? Jurassic Park anymore.
Or he ends up turning on Jungle Boy at All Out. And that becomes a whole feud in itself.
But listen, Luchasaurus is accident prone. Because when he threw that arm out during that match and was hanging out the socket while he was laying on that on that table, please. I just need everybody to be careful with whatever they're doing in this match. Christian has had injuries. Jungle Boy is a very safe worker, and so is Christian. But as we know, none of that matters when that adrenaline gets going. So I just want everybody to be careful. I want it to be a good match. Do whatever y'all gonna do. I want Christian to take these turtlenecks off because it is 100 in hell in Texas, and it may not be where you at, but it's hot. It's summer. Take them turtlenecks off. But yes, I love it. I'm loving this, and I'm loving Jungle Boy's growth, and that we're able to see it, in real time and his interaction. So I love that for him, and I'm glad he's getting that treatment.
Shout out to all the peepers in the comments. If you're peepers, shout out peepers. Yeah, the peepers are here. Shout out to the peepers gang.
They always here.
Yeah, peepers gang is everywhere. We know that Edge was probably quote unquote popular, but Christian is just as popular. Y'all just sleeping on my boy. But I'm glad everybody's starting to maybe Christian. I've been saying it for a while. Everybody knows Christian carried. So he carried. Sorry.
Started. Okay.
He did.
Somebody had to be the talent.
Yeah, somebody had to.
And not that Edge is not great. He's great at what he does, but Christian Cage. Anyway, moving forward. Moving right.
The truth is, let's get in women business.
Play the clip. All men should stay out of women business because that's women business.
We had Toni Storm versus Kylan King. I'm okay. I'm gonna be nice. Kylan is a decent worker. I've seen her plenty of times in the indies. Yeah, very decent. Toni Storm is phenomenal. Toni Storm did a great job. Did most of the work. And then you had a little segment of Thunder Rosa watching the match the entire time. So they have confirmed it that it will end up being Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa at All Out for the women's title, which I feel like Toni Storm probably will win that match. What do you think?
Toni Storm should write Kylan King off on her taxes as a charitable donation.
I ain't said.
And y'all can feel how you want to feel about it. Argue with your mama or your daddy. Mother's Day and Father's Day has passed. Don't argue with me because I said what I said. I love Toni Storm. It is time for us to have a women's champion that can cut promos. And so as much as y'all love Thunder Rosa, and I love that for y'all, and she's a great wrestler, and what she's done in the business is phenomenal with Mission Pro and all of that. Kylan King is a regular over in Mission Pro. It's time to put the belt on someone that can be as charismatic as Jade is on the other side, because you don't want a sleepy champion, a champion that nobody's checking for. We like Thunder Rosa's, attire when she comes out, and she's exciting in the ring, but when she talks, people are going to get popcorn or going to the bathroom. That's a problem. So, I mean, if they gave her a mouthpiece, then it would be different, but they didn't. So I think it's time for Toni to take the belt, to do a little something with it. Thunder Rosa might be able to get it back later. I mean, I think if Toni takes it, the next in line is either going to be Ruby or it's going back to Britt. But it's time to shake it up. Thunder, we appreciate your service. Drop that title and let's move forward.
Yeah, it's like I've said, and we've said it plenty of times on the show, is that Thunder Rosa is just one of those people that she just rather just wrestles instead of getting that press and things like that. I feel like that is too much for her. Like, she just like, why can't I just stand out by being wrestling? But, we're in the quote unquote entertainment business. So being that Tony Khan is making these moves with Discovery Warner and things like that, they're going to want somebody with that attraction. So it's nothing against her. It's just that you're not the star, yeah, you can wrestle all day, but it's I say it all the time. Like, I go to the AEW shop page in the weekly, the most popular. The only women that stay on that list is Britt Baker or Jade Cargill. And like I said, if people wanted her to have that same, people should have support her. And then also with giving the opportunity, if you're going to cut promos and stuff, just make sure you own it. And I kind of get her mindset, like I said last week, that she's probably one of the ones, look, I'm not a teacher and I don't have time to be teaching anybody how to do anything. If they want to be a good wrestler, they need to go in the booth just like everybody else. Which, I get it, because how many of us have been a trainer or some point at work and we get somebody and they just cannot get it and it becomes irritating. Like, okay, this girl's just not getting it. She don't want it. So I'm not about to stop putting me in this match with these girls that's not trying to better themselves. And that's her mindset. And that can cause a little bit of a raffle backstage and things like that, because I remember, like I told Graham last week, I remember when she had said she don't mind facing Jade, but she ain't with all of those words and stuff like that. Now, me being a test girl, I already knew what that meant. Like, she ain't with all of this. She ain't with all that talking. So I get that can kind of cause some unnecessary friction about somebody saying something like that, but I also get it. But I also agree with you as well. Maybe next time, maybe she probably thought that her reign would go as NWA when she was in champion there, but you're now with a company that's actually what's the another term? What they've been saying? Alternative. It's another alternative with another, they have TNT, they on TBS, with Discovery, Warner, and HBO and stuff. So they looking for, okay, and I know you be saying I'm tired of seeing Chris Jericho on Brie Warner. Got Chris Jericho and Sting as the household names that,
right,
makes money. So unfortunately, they put Jericho on TV, tell him to do something, and he has to do it. Oh, Sting. Why is Sting here? Everybody knows Sting. Like, that's the money maker. Everybody know his name. Everybody know Chris Jericho's name. So, put the old guys on TV. So,
the thing with Thunder Rosa is she has to remember that her indie career has not translated over the way that she thinks it has.
That too.
You are not the fighting champion that you would need to be in order to be like, I don't talk. There have been champions that don't hardly cut promos. But you know why? Because if they come down that ramp, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Right.
Thunder Rosa does not give that. So to me, there's still a little bit of growth to go. If you're going to be a fighting champion, not a talking champion, that's fine. But every time you fight, I need to be fearful. Every time you pop up at the top of that ramp, I need to be running for my life. I need to be running scared. And I'm going to say this. I don't agree with the statement that you made about her not wanting to teach. Because if she didn't want to teach, Mission Pro would not exist.
Okay.
You have an entire wrestling federation that you are training women. And your women are primarily fighting on Dark and Elevation.
Mm-hmm.
The Renegade Twins, Kylan King, so many women that have come through Mission Pro. Because Thunder Rosa is on the roster, she's putting her people on, as she should. But if you're going to be a leader, be a leader. If you're going to step up, step up. If you're going to be a champion, be a champion. And if you're not, get out the way. And that's just where we at. So we love you, Thunder Rosa. Thank you for your contribution. Step to the side and let's let somebody else do what they're going to do.
Okay. That does make sense. I did forgot about Mission Pro. She is part of Mission Pro. But what I was saying, I was just saying, like, it's certain girls in the ring that she doesn't want to teach. That's why I was saying that she's not really a teacher. Like, it has to be a specific person that.
But Serena Deeb is there. That's why Serena Deeb is there.
Right.
The professor, right?
Right. Because she never alluded to anything. Like, she likes working. If they have an issue with this, I don't mind working with this person. But I feel like with Thunder Rosa, it's probably like, if she really wants to, she could go to Mission Pro. If she really wants to work on it,
right? If she want to learn from me,
she's at. Like,
Yeah, if she want to learn from me, she can go sign up down there. I agree with that. You're a veteran. Yeah. You are looked at. But if going back to her and Serena Deeb, even their feud was meh. And you're two of the supposedly Titans. You
But the
know?
match was phenomenal nonetheless.
The match was great.
They had a
The match
great
was great, but could nobody talk on either side?
Right.
There was no build up. They got in the ring and went at each other. You know, so it's there's still things missing, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe she'll find it during the time that she's not holding the belt.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. But we're going to move on from women business to AE Lucha versus the Elite. We had Andrade, Roosh, and also Dragon Lee. He made his AEW debut on AEW Dragon Lee. Everybody knows who Dragon Lee is at this point. Versus the Elite, and Kenny Omega pops up and appears after being away for a long time since Full Gear of last year. So he's been at almost 8 months, just about. Great match. It took Kenny Omega after the first commercial break to get back in his groove. He was a little rusty coming in, but everybody was more concerned at first because I know I was. I was like, all right, please don't take no extreme bumps because you just got here. And we don't want, because he already said if he get hurt again, he done. Like, that's it. That's it. I'm not getting younger. So that's what he said. He said, I'm not getting no younger. I'm not doing this rehab stuff. But match was great. Like I said, Nick Jackson got that dog in him per usual. I enjoyed Nick Jackson a lot. It was a great match. Great. They always have great chemistry with each other. Dragon Lee had one of the best suicide dives ever. The kid was okay, so no need for y'all to. He does it all the time. Kids know who got the way. The little kid was okay. The little kid thought it was cool anyway.
Right.
I almost cried when I heard Battle Cry. I don't know. Did you?
I will say this about Kenny Omega. Even if you are not a Kenny Omega stan, because I'm not. I didn't get the hype at first. It was fine. When he came back, you realized what you missed while he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. He deserved the love that he got coming back. He deserved the grace that they afforded him to be able to get back in the groove, because the type of things that he was dealing with, and it's not even really the injury as much as like the vertigo and the dealing with the issues with the balance and stuff like that. That's scary when you spend a lot of time away from your feet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For your career. So I'm glad that they put him in the ring with familiar and safe people, and he was able to, get his bearings back. It's good to see Kenny Ibushi back and, doing what he does. And I'm ready to see where it's going to go. I mean, they didn't hide it very well that he was coming back. I mean, everybody knew. Talking about the surprise third partner.
Right.
Who else was it going to be? It wasn't me. So who else was going to be popping up?
The minute Hangman denied the offer, I was like, oh, yeah, he coming back. He coming back.
And he was too quiet. He was too quiet during that time.
Too quiet. He was coming back. He almost cried when he came out. I want to know what his emotion was. I'm pretty sure he'll say it, but I could tell that he had a lot of emotions coming out because he's back in the ring, back in his comfort zone, and he dealt with a lot. Like Kenny Omega, first of all, he gets bullied unprovoked for no reason online, and he's been like the trending topic or always the topic of conversation since he's been injured, and that just says a lot about who he is and what he stands for. Like Kenny Omega's name was always brought up since he's been injured. So hate him, love him, but you know who he is. So you knowing who he is, it's enough. It's enough, says enough right there. And he also looked like he got bigger too.
He did. He picked up a little muscle now. I was like, okay, Kenny.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I said, look at you. Look at you.
We got swole Kenny.
Right. That man said, I'm back and I'm better, is what he said.
He back and he better. I was like, I said, did Kenny always look like that? Did he always? You got the beard and you bigger a little bit, okay?
Right. Like,
because somebody else talking about was Kenny always a little sexy to y'all?
I see
or is
what
that
you're doing,
me?
sir. I see. I'm picking up what you put down, young man.
Put the picture back up, Banks. Let's see Kenny one more time.
Show Kenny for the people. Yeah.
Yeah, see, he ain't always look like that.
Nah, baby. Nah, he ain't had that.
Yeah. Okay. Look, Kenny, okay?
Kenny said, I'm coming back, I'll be fine. If I'm coming back, y'all gonna look at me.
They said Thick Omega. I know that's right. Thick Omega.
Not Thick Omega. We are not. No. Oh, God.
Thickums.
That's another t-shirt. It's another t-shirt. Thick Omega.
Thick Omega. Well, all right. So we gonna get on Rampage. We gonna skim through Rampage. We ain't gonna take too much on Rampage. Just only on the important stuff.
I mean, it wasn't too... Let me be quiet. Continue. Continue.
Why you see why Drew wasn't on here? Because we talking about Thick Omega.
You wasn't even the one to say that. That was y'all in the comments that started Thick Omega, okay?
Right. Yeah, I told y'all this ladies' night. I don't like it. Oh well. It's ladies' night. But we're gonna get on Rampage. The first thing that happened on Rampage, Graham said that what is his name? Claudio. He said that Claudio is lying about Dustin. Because he said that Dustin has his greatest run in AEW, and Graham said Claudio is lying.
Liar.
But I'm trying to think. Wouldn't this be his best run was in AEW? I'm trying to think because he had a pretty good run. When he was Goldust.
What's the best thing he did in AEW other than take over his little brother title when his little brother couldn't hold it and then lose it to Sammy Guevara?
That's it.
Oh, okay. This can't be the best. We lacking something.
Right. So Graham probably right on this one. Claudio,
we missed a couple things.
Claudio, I don't know if we're looking at the same Dustin. But I do remember
Claudio was just saying what he needed to say in order to secure the match. Okay, he was being nice. You know how you have to do sometimes at work. You got to butter the person up to get him to do what you need him to do. That's all he was doing. It was just a little Kerry Gold brother. That's it.
Yeah, Dustin has some cute matches. Yeah, he having a good run, but to say his best run is at AEW is not true.
No,
that's not his best run. If I can recall, I want to say me personally, I feel like his best run was in freaking 96 when he kind of was like the face of the mid-card at the time. No shade, ain't nothing wrong with mid-card because I love mid-card.
Love mid-card.
But I feel like that was probably his great run.
Right.
Sorry. But it wasn't AEW. I don't think AEW is his best run.
I just want him to figure out what he wants to be now that Cody is gone.
I said I don't think he found it. I don't think he knows.
He hasn't. He hasn't because he can be a Titan. He has the potential to be something really major among major players there. And I just want him to find that footing because it's like when Cody left, he was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but doing what? Give us something.
Your last name is Rose, for goodness sake. Do something.
You're Rhodes. And you was the Rhodes before Cody. So I need you to act like it.
You're Rose. My guy, you need to start acting like one, because you acting like you ain't got no years of experience in this. Like, you acting
I'm
like
gonna just
some of
say
these
this.
new
Your
folks.
brother is using his nepotism. You need to use yours too.
Mm-hmm. Big
Period.
facts. Put that pride to the side, sir.
Okay?
Yeah, put
You
that
better than
pride to
me.
the side.
Because they be showing my daddy every time I came out. Yep. Is. Don't forget whose
Yep.
kid I am and what I'm here for.
Period. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-mm,
But
at all.
yeah, so that happened. We'll move on from that. What else happened on Rampage? Oh yeah, we had BT on AEW. It was Swerve and Lee versus Private Party. That was a fun match. Seeing them. Private Party did improve a little bit more since the last match that they had with Lucha Brothers, because like I said, with that match, the day was a little bit sloppier. But this match, they picked it up a little bit, so they probably took my advice and probably went into the booth and fixed up some of the stuff that they was trying to do against the Lucha Brothers. They fixed it for against Swerve and Lee, so it turned out to be a great match. BT on AEW on Fridays, I like it. I like BT on AEW.
Me too. Me too. I would say this though. Private Party benefited from having Matt because they were a different tag team when they were learning from somebody who made their career
Yeah,
as a tag team, if that makes sense.
yeah,
They're still trying to apply the things that they've learned, but you can tell that they've lost kind of that guidance because their
yeah,
synchronicity and things like that struggle. And when you're coming out against Swerve and Keith Lee, who are not a conventional tag team, but two wrestlers who are wrestlers, right?
mm-hmm.
Your synchronicity has to be on key. So I'm
Yeah,
glad that they are improving. And they're gonna get their footing. They're young, they're babies, they got
yes.
time. They got plenty of time. If Jeff was still jumping off his stuff a couple months ago, they got time. But I agree that the match was great. I love seeing them in the ring together. I
Yeah,
love seeing Swerve and Keith Lee in the ring with most people because they bring something that's really entertaining. Even when they're beefed out with each other, they bring something that's very entertaining because I really feel like Swerve and Keith Lee and that Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs was some of the best things that AEW gave us this year.
oh yeah.
That feud was great. And so when you're in the ring with Swerve and Keith Lee, you're gonna have to step it up. And they did. So I love that for them. I want them to keep growing, keep giving us Private Party. We love y'all little gimmick, keep
I
giving
love
it
that
to us and keep
entrance
growing.
music.
Yeah, like just keep growing. Just keep growing. Keep giving us what y'all got. We behind y'all. And that's what I want them to know. We are behind y'all. We
We definitely
support
are.
y'all. Know that and remain confident in who y'all are and continue to grow and continue to give us a reason to want y'all's merch and to turn up when your interest music comes on and to talk about y'all in these segments.
I just want to say, Private Party, if it worked for the Acclaim, it can work for you guys. The Acclaim was patient and they found their footing and they found what works for them. It took a minute, but who knew that they would have Scissor Me Daddy ass go over?
Okay.
So it takes patience and patience, and once they find their footing, they will be to the moon. They'll be what they, because I could tell it's a mental thing too.
Yeah.
Like, why we
Yeah.
not?
And it's hard because they're still in a new company. You got to remember AEW is still very young. They're fledgling. So it's not like they're coming in and trying to establish something in somewhere that's already established. So
Right.
I get it. The tide is always moving. But no, if y'all plant y'all feet, there are people holding y'all down. Do what y'all need to do. Get out of y'all own heads and continue to wrestle. And let us support y'all while y'all grow. So
Period.
that's my Private Party. You heard it here first. Me and Keeks. We said what we said. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Because we do support you. I am a fan of Private Party. I'm a fan of y'all. Keep doing it. Next, that happened on Rampage. Hook did an open challenge for the FTW championship against Zach Clayton. We ain't gonna get too much on that. Hook won.
What is it to say? We didn't talk longer than the match went just now. When you started this segment, that went longer than the match went.
Yeah, Hook put him in a submission. The match was over. And that's it. That's what happened with the Hook segment.
That's all, folks.
They building Hook up to be like his pops in a way, but not really, but kinda. So that's that. Next up, Buddy Matthews versus Serpentico. That was another match that I looked down and I look up, and next thing I know, Miro is attacking Buddy Matthews. So I was like,
put him in a chicken wing. I'm sorry, please. Y'all are ridiculous in the comments.
I don't get the gimmick. It's just like his daddy. Like if you look at ECW stuff with Taz and you look at Hook stuff, it's the same thing. It's just a little different. It's the same, but it's just different.
Hook he don't have a gimmick though. To me, he's just he's not even like, oh, Taz is my dad. He's not. He is literally Sin Hook is his gimmick. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. There's nothing else to it. And I'm gonna tell y'all what my mama told me. For those of y'all that are struggling to understand, everything ain't for you to understand. Some stuff is just for you to accept and move on.
Period. Thank you,
baby. We don't know what is in that man's mind. He don't hardly cut no promos. He just stand around, he looking crazy with the hair and doing the things. Send Hook. That's all you need to know, and we're gonna move forward. That's it. Just send Hook. Just send Hook.
He was sent and he delivered and he moved.
He gone on back about his business. That's it.
He went on about his business.
That's it.
That's why she on the show, because she get it. She get it. Who is that? Jeffrey said, I'm sorry, the Acclaim. That's fine, but they over. They over.
And that's the thing about wrestling. And that's an important, my man just eat chips and beat people ass. See, let me tell you, Tony, okay? He shows up. That's what he does. Send Hook. I'm here. I put my basketball shorts on. I put my little hair gel in my hair, and I come fight. Now, if you need anything else from me, I ain't got that. But this is what I do.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to Jeffrey's comment because that was a good point. For our Black people in wrestling, I need y'all to remember that being cool is not always going to get you over in this business. We have to remember that as many of us as there are here, because we are here, right? This is still a cishet white man industry.
Let them know.
So while the Acclaim may be lame as hell to a lot of us, because they are sometimes, I'll be like, here we go with the foolishness. They are over because they provide a product that is universal. Private Party does the same, and they're going to get there. They just don't tote the line like the Acclaim does. The Acclaim totes that line just a little better. They're a little more universal. But I'll give y'all an example. Y'all saw what happened to Hit Row. That's another show, yes, but y'all saw what happened. And now they're trying to bring them back. And they're trying to bring them back because cool is not always over, but Black is always over. Remember that. Remember that, y'all. So they can be lame. If lame is cashing the check, continue to get your check. Because they still have to cater to an audience that is not just us. They can be a little more us when they come and they do their private indie shows, and when they do, Black on Four Sides and Black Girl Magic, and they do all of these personal shows that we get to attend. That's when you gonna get a little more of the gritty. So if you want to see that, Make sure you're supporting our Black wrestlers on the indie scene, especially AEW, because they allow their wrestlers to wrestle outside of AEW. So make sure you're supporting them if you want to see something different. But while they on TV, they gonna give you that. Okay, all right. That's I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but I just want y'all to remember that. Remember that.
Blame is subjective, very, because some things that people find popular, I find lame. Like the whole go get some bitches. I find that lame because there's certain people that shouldn't even be saying that. So I'm like, it's very subjective. But she's right, because it's different types of Black people. Like, we all don't have to be a certain way and all of that. It's different types of Black people. And y'all should know that. Y'all in the IWC, we see the lame shit for different Black accounts and stuff like that. They do exist. We know they exist. So, but you did say some good points. So I'm glad that you said that. So if you're listening, Pastor Meka said what she said, and she not changing what she said.
I'm not argue with your mama or your daddy. Either one, pick. I don't care. Just don't call me, because I'm not having the discussion
at all. Next, what happened on Rampage, Banks? But the next, oh yeah, Women Bidness, another one.
I was waiting for this.
Yeah, Athena versus Penelope for Penelope 4. She was out injured. She's back on TV now. I was happy to see her, and she did improve a lot too. She definitely been in the ring, putting in some work. So we probably will see more of Penelope Ford in the future, because I like what I saw from her against Athena. This was another a good match. Of course, I knew Athena was going to win, but I was happy to see the improvements of Penelope Ford as well, her in ring. Then after the match, after Athena won the match, she was attacked by Kiara Hogan and also Layla, the baddies, and then Jade comes out with the sledgehammer and hits her with the sledgehammer. So the agenda that I've been wanting is now moved to Jade versus Athena now for All Out. It's supposed to be Jade versus Chris the Stallion, but Chris Statlander's injured, so the agenda has to wait, y'all. That's why I really wanted to dethrone Jade. If it was going to be anybody, it had to be Chris Statlander. It would have been perfect, but it's okay. What you want to say about Athena? No, you had a lot.
Okay. Again, pick which parents you want to argue with. I don't care. Thank you, Athena, for showing up, because Athena has brought something to the Jade storyline that nobody else has been able to figure out. And it's chemistry.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. The one thing that you're going to know about Athena, and I take issue with her, with some of the things that have happened in the past. Her and I have talked about some of those things. Hit me up on the side if you want to know why I have an issue with her husband, because that's janky. But Athena has been able to elevate anybody that she has touched since she has been there.
Yeah.
And including Jade. Now, Jade working with Bryan Danielson also is helping her too. You can see that it's paying off. Jade is shaking a lot of that green off of her, and I love that. I'm a Jade fan. I want her to have all of the things. But Athena is the only one that is equipped to take that title off of her. And the reason I say that is because as much as we love Chris the Stallion, we would be right back in a Thunder Rosa situation with promos. And you cannot have a champion like Jade and then come behind a champion like Jade with somebody mediocre. TNT has an expectation of who's going to hold that title. And they have to be just as dynamic, if not better, than Jade Cargill. That's difficult because Jade stops people just flipping channels. Because I mean, look at her. But Athena brings this experience and this passion to Even the match with Penelope Ford.
Mm-hmm.
She benefited from wrestling with Athena. Athena's a safe worker. She's always been a safe worker, even though she's accident prone. We know that about her. She still is very safe. She's very nurturing as a wrestler and a backstage person. And so you can tell that, because what other veteran is going to come from a Titan company, right? And say, yeah, you can let your baddies attack me. Let's do it. You can let your champ hit me with a sledgehammer. She don't have to do that.
Right.
She's Athena. She's Ember Moon. She's established, right? But she said, no, let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's get down to it, So for me, I'm grateful that Athena came. I'm grateful she did. She's going to do amazing things, way better than she would have done staying where she was, because that ghetto mess over there.
Do you think,
but
not to cut you off, but do you think, we're probably going to see Athena be the new TBS Women's Champion. Do you think that she will live up to the amount that Jade is right now as champion, or how do you personally think it will go?
Her reign is going to look different, and it's going to have to, because they book Jade a la Brock Lesnar. They do. Jade she is just unbeatable, right? That's how they book her. They're not going to book Athena that way, because she's already has this fallen goddess, I'm a real person type of thing happening. But although different, she can stand next to Jade. So it will be a different type of champion, a different type of feel. Jade is going to always be Jade. Belt or not, she's going to give you Jade. But Athena is going to give something different, yet comparable, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes perfectly sense. Perfectly. I didn't see it that way. Because I never really, it was always the whole husband thing and all of that with Athena. But as far as her in-ring and everything, she's phenomenal. And like you said, she brought out the chemistry in Jade, because I've always said that Jade still had this basketball mindset that she has to remember play by play. And you can kind of see it in her in-ring work, that she has to remember certain spots.
It's a routine.
She remembers it because that's what she knows, because that's the basketball mindset. So she's finally trying to differentiate wrestling and also basketball. She's kind of using it, but it's not the match that she had even with last week. It was a little different, and her confidence in the ring was better. I could tell that she wasn't so far in her head trying to remember certain spots. It was just, it moves very, very smoothly. And if I can remember, I know people like to compare her and Bianca, but Bianca had that issue for a minute, like her first year in NXT. Where she had to remember, because that's most athletes, like they just remember plays. They remember, we got to remember this, we got to remember that. And they kind of use it in wrestling, when it's just, you have to not only trust your opponent, but just let it flow. Like Chris Jericho said, I know everybody can't stand him, but he always says, if the lockup is terrible, the match is about to be terrible. If the lockup is terrible, the match is about to be horrible. It's always, and he always said that the lockup is probably the most important, because that's how you gain your trust of your opponent, and that's how you learn each other. Because if the lockup is terrible, the match is about to be terrible, and that's how I look at everything. I'm like, let me see how they lock up, because if they lock up horrible, this match is about to be horrible, and it's be 9 times out of 10 to be right too, every single time. So if you're an indie wrestler, if you ain't know that, if your trainer ain't know that, I'm just telling you, that's what Jericho has said on his podcast. If the lockup is terrible, the match is about to be terrible. But I definitely agree with you as far as Athena is probably the right person to dethrone Jade. Now, Jay may look like the face in this division because people have their personal issues with Athena, or different things of what she said about certain people in NXT and things like that. But overall, she's a great wrestler. Promo. I'm not really a promo person like that. If you deliver one, you deliver one. If you deliver a bad one, you just deliver a bad one. Just like you know how to talk. I want to see what you can do in the ring. And
right.
She still, to me, probably has one of the coolest finishers ever.
Athena?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her finisher is impeccable.
Yeah, I love her finisher. I love when she does that. So she's a great wrestler. So this probably been one of the best women's storytelling that AEW has done with Jade Cargill. This with the baddies. So that says a lot of how they view Jade, and also allowing Athena to be the right person to do that on, because the only person I could probably see that can give great chemistry with that would probably be Nyla Rose. I kind of don't see anybody else, or probably Britt Baker, but people would have been irritated by that. So
I'll be honest. I know who I feel like would give Jade great chemistry. And again, if you need me to say it, I will. But y'all know how I feel. Sunny Kiss. Because the stature is similar.
Mm-hmm.
And the moveset is similar. But Sunny has that kind of confidence and that kind of flow in the ring that Jade is working toward.
Yeah.
So when we all know as an athlete or as anything, when you're doing anything, it's easier when you can see someone that looks like you achieve that, or someone that reminds you of yourself to achieve that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that could be why her and Athena work better together. I mean, it's another Black woman. She's a veteran. She's here.
Yeah.
I feel like I can talk to her, whatever the case may be. But I feel like Jade would benefit a little bit from being in the ring and mixing it up with Sunny Kiss too, which Sunny Kiss deserves to be on TV more, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We'll get into that in the next segment because we're coming to that. But yeah.
He's with the Trust Busters now.
The ragtag bunch of garbage pail kids.
We'll see how that goes. This Best Friends versus Trust Busters. Trust Busters are a new faction. I'm gonna give it a chance because it was one point I found the Best Friends to be a little annoying, and then I end up liking them a lot. So I'm gonna just probably see where this goes. The guy that is the leader of the Trust Busters said he really wanted Sunny Kiss on the faction. So we'll see where this goes from him, because he said that he had some creative ideas for Trust Busters that he gave to Tony. So we're just gonna see we're just gonna let it ride and see how it goes. Because he did vouch for Sunny Kiss. He said, I want Sunny Kiss in this faction. So Sunny Kiss now is like the diva in their faction, the badass diva in their faction, which, I mean, I'm cool with that. If that's going to give him TV time and more in-ring time, I'm all for it. And to hear that he wanted him specifically, it must mean something. So I'm gonna just trust the process. I ain't gonna say too much on it. I'm gonna just trust the process and see how it goes. I'm gonna give y'all 3 to 4 months.
Right now, it's giving me very much Retribution, but I'm
great value.
But I'm gonna try to give him a chance. It's giving me very much. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
But like you said, they're new, and if Sunny Kiss is in it, I'm gonna give Sunny a chance every time.
I'm gonna give it
Off
a chance.
The strength of Sunny, I'm gonna give y'all a chance. But listen, right now, I ain't really. I don't know. But the match was decent. Sunny got involved and had a little altercation with Orange Julius, and yes, I call him Orange Julius. I love Orange Cassidy, but everyone has nicknames. So, it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to develop a little further. Yes, I said retribution. I said what I said. But I want to see where it's going to go. Yeah. So I'm going to give him a chance to figure it out. But right now it's looking a little.
The only popular ones in that faction so far is Parker and Sunny. So I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with these.
I mean, I like Parker, though. I do like Parker.
Me too.
I like Parker. I love Sunny. I'm going to give him a chance, but I need y'all to figure it out because right now y'all giving me Garbage Pail Kids, and I need a little more than Garbage Pail Kids. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of, that's... We trust busters. We're gonna give y'all a chance. I'm not gonna shoot it down. I'm gonna be patient with time. Just just make sure y'all know what y'all doing because Sunny Kiss is involved, and if you're not doing right by Sunny, we're gonna have a problem. Okay, so just figure not Garbage Pail. All right, so we gonna move forward. Miss Meka, who is your wrestler of the week at the AEW?
I'm gonna give it to the kid. I'm gonna give it to Daniel Garcia. I love me some Daniel Garcia. I'm loving the glow up that he's having. I'm loving the work that he's putting in. He is fighting these veterans. He is taking some L's, some big L's, but purposeful L's. And that's what means a lot to me is when you can see the growth even in your losses, you're doing the right thing. So I'm going to give it to Daniel Garcia also because I know who you're going to give it to. And I agree with that too. So we're going to give Danny some love here on the show and we're going to let his little storyline play out and see what they're going to do with it.
Give some flowers for Daniel in the chat. Give flowers. Give your flowers. Put the flower emoji. Now y'all know my wrestler of the week is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is my wrestler of the week.
Thick Kenny. Thick Omega.
Thick Kenny. Thick. You got to say Thick Kenny. If you're in the comments, put Thick Kenny. Thick Kenny.
Thick Kenny.
Thickums. Thick Kenny is my wrestler of the week. It was good to see him back. You can tell he was missing. He provided great energy to the match. Even though people was concerned, Kenny had people arguing in the AEW Facebook groups and all because somebody went as far and said that they could see the vertigo. I'm like, y'all cannot see the vertigo. It was great seeing him. After the commercial break, Kenny, I don't know, he probably knew that, all right, it's time to not play now. I'm playing too much, and he got back in his groove. We saw the V trigger again. We saw the One Wing Angel. So it was good seeing my boy back. It was good seeing him back. Okay. Thick Kenny, that's what he is. He's Thick Kenny. We in the Thick Kenny era. Why you not saying that? They said they ain't calling that man Thick Kenny.
That's unfortunate for y'all because he is.
Now it's time to get on the Goofy of the Week. Goofy of the Week is Phillip. He goes by Phil. That's my Goofy of the Week. CM Punk. We know CM Punk dropped a promo, like we said, against Adam Page for something Adam Page said in May. And I'm pretty certain Adam Page probably forgot what he said. But I saw the promo resurface in Twitter, and he did read him for Phil, so I understand. That probably was sitting in the back of his skull because Adam Page did read the fuck out of him. He read him to the T in an intelligent way. He probably said some stuff that went over his head.
Right.
So that probably was sitting in his marbles. But the thing with CM Punk, now I'm hearing it's a work because he did release a shirt, but that's besides the point. If it's a real issue, out of all the people, why would you have an issue with Hangman? Out of all people back there, Hangman is the problem because what he said. And it also makes me evaluate the situation because he said that he supposedly not happy with his run. Sir, you came out the bat and you faced one of the most popular baby faces over there, which was Darby Allin. You faced Eddie Kingston, you faced Scarf Boy, you faced Penta for goodness sake. And you beat people that you shouldn't have beat, if we being honest. And on top of that, the man is sending Colt Cabana to ROH for you. So I'm like, this is how I feel about CM Punk, because people they either putting the promo that Triple H did on him. People keep thinking that he's bitter. I don't think he's bitter. I think he's really insecure. Because the whole people calling him the promo guy is getting to him.
Yeah.
Because when you in AEW, the fans are more into the in-ring wrestling more than the promos at that. If you're a promo guy, that's what you have E for, the E. If you love promos, that's what WWE is for. AEW you got one of the best in-ring wrestlers over there. So I think that is really getting to him. You calling me the promo guy, you saying this and this and this. Only people, if certain things trigger you, that means it's some truth to it. Now, CM Punk needs to understand that nobody is taking away what he has done over the years. In ROH, in ECW, the little that you did for the new ECW at the time, and also WWE. You are known for your promos. You're like one of the ones that's brought up for your promos. That's what made people a fan of yours, as view you as the quote unquote anti-hero in WWE at the time because of your promos. That's nothing to be upset about, and I feel like that shouldn't be anything to be upset about, because you are known for that. I've never really seen people bring up any of his matches to recall on. I see people bring up promos. Remember when he cut this promo? Remember when he cut that promo? It's never, remember this match CM Punk did or that match CM Punk did? It was never that. So you are a promo guy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the truth. So you're getting goofy of the week because that was unnecessary. Why are you calling somebody out their name that ain't said nothing about you? What you call a Hangman at his name? Now, Hangman handled it better than I would. Hangman, we also found out that Hangman is a hottie. He quoted Megan Thee Stallion lyrics on Twitter. So apparently he likes the new album because he quoted her single Anxiety when she said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bad bitches have bad days too. That's what he had tweeted. So that's my goofy of the week. Is CM Punk. Banks, you said you was gonna empty the clip on CM Punk. Did you have anything?
Yeah, he tricked people all the time. For 20 years, he wasn't even good in ROH. He wasn't good when he went to the E. I didn't like him when he was on Philosophy. I swear he was on there. I never liked him. I don't care about no Pepsi logo. Put ginger ale, like I said on Black Announce Table. Do something different. Because he got these and1 basketball shorts when he was in ROH. That's supposed to get him over. Then he went to ECW in 06 when it should have been dead to begin with. He went over there. He was born. He went against the fake Gangrel. I didn't even like the matches he had against him. Hell, Matt Hardy was walking around with doo-doo in his drawers and the big-ass MC Hammer pants and had better matches than CM Punk. I didn't like him when his hair was cut and he looked like he was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater creator player. I didn't like him when he cut his hair, had the little blonde streaks in ROH. when he was having matches against Austin Aries, getting a hot dog and a handshake, probably was mad about the hot dog. He probably wanted mustard on it, probably couldn't get no mustard, so he was cutting promos on the person at the booth. I never liked him. I don't think he's good. All he do is whine and complain. Take your old ass back to Chicago then. And you can watch them teams. Watch the Blackhawks, whatever the fuck the hockey team is. Go on over there.
Are you done, Banks?
No, he tricked people. Listen, it's only about 2 people I've heard like CM Punk. That's Davis, but his OG is Finn Balor. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
Not too much.
He got other OGs that's weak. Like, who else he said? Oh, Johnny Gargano. He's like, yeah, Johnny Gargano. Who gives a shit? He's like, yo, he like bad people. That's besides the point. I love that man. That's my brother. But otherwise than that, no, CM Punk just trick people. Is better workers that came from Indy that went to the E. They ain't complaining. Daniel Bryan over there. Daniel Bryan should be like, hey, I need the title like tomorrow. And y'all should give him the title tomorrow. He ain't saying nothing. He just working. And that's it. It's just like when we be talking about Edge, who trick people as well. He's garbage. Christian over there trying to get the young people over. Because Christian is a legend and he better than Edge. And always has been. And that's all that matters. Get the young people over.
CM Punk, what do you think?
So, y'all have to remember, unfortunately, I'm old. So, I'm older than I look. And I look like a little kid. I'm not. I'm 35. The era that CM Punk was able to become popular in is very different than the era that we grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk was the buck to the establishment that those kids at the time wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's why CM Punk is their wrestle god. That's why the pipe bomb is the most prolific thing that he's ever did. That's why, Serena Deeb shaving her head when she was with him, things like that were iconic because at that point, the kids that were coming up behind us were tired of what we were used to, right? That's why he stands out so much to them. I get it. That's your holy grail. If your holy grail starts with CM Punk, a lot of the times I know what age range you're in. You're a little younger. You're a little, I agree, Ken. But he was John Cena, who was an industry guy. There was Triple. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
There was, Triple H, who's an industry guy. There's all these industry guys around that we're used to. They wanted something different, and CM Punk provided that for them.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Love that for you. It's a different era. But for me, the respect comes from being more than the pipe bomb, right? And since you've been back in AEW, while I do believe that you've given probably a lot to the locker room as a leader, what you've shown us is the same old CM Punk.
That's what Adam Page said.
It's the same old same. And so anybody that is doing snow angels in the middle of the ring, I don't know what you want me to say other than that's goofball behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And while Mox didn't cut the best promo against him, let's be honest, like you said, 2 things stand out. 1, AEW is not the promo company. Mm-hmm. This is not the company you go to if you want the best promos. It just ain't. Thank God for Stokely. Thank God for Taz and, other people that can't, Ricky Starks, people that can talk. Great. They give you a little bit. But this ain't that. It's a promo company. This ain't that. You ain't getting that here. You're going to get rest here and a little foolishness. So, also, like we said, matches, right? Like CM Punk is a Joe Budden, facts. Like matches. Nobody, y'all tell me an iconic match from CM Punk's career. Give me a 5-star match from CM Punk's career.
The only one I can think of was when he had the feud with Jeff Hardy.
But is
that's
that
the only
5
one
stars
that could stand out?
Jeff or because of CM Punk? Jeffrey Nero. I'ma just call it what it is. Jeffrey Nero put that man on his back like he does most of them people. Him and Cena was a great series, but 5 stars?
Mm-mm.
No, we got FTR. We got 6-star FTR currently wrestling right now. You want to see a 5-star match? You're not looking at old CM Punk footage. If you want to see a 5-star match, you're not that wrestler guy. You're not. We're gonna go to Daniel Bryan before we go to you every time for a 5-star match. It just is what it is.
I hate that Cody Rhodes left dodging this man, because this man, I'm like, bro, CM Punk is not who you think. You didn't have to do
you
that.
are not a dog in the ring like you think you are. I agree. We might be able to give a couple matches a 4, but no, you are not that guy, and that's okay, because you are not 7-star FTR. You're right, Jamel. My apology. But Punk, you just are not the guy that you think you are, and that's okay, because you still bring something, and I need you to figure out what that is for you and become comfortable in what that is for you. But to be so upset that somebody told you the truth about yourself lets me know that you still got learning to do. It lets me know that time that you took off, you needed to grow some more. And you needed to do some more soul searching. You needed to figure it out, because, baby, the best thing about you is your theme song. And I said what I said.
Vince McMahon is gone now, so it's time to heal. It's time to heal, because that anger is still there.
It is there, and it's misguided now, because you're mad at anybody who has anything negative to say about you, because you feel like you are a wrestling god.
Yeah.
You're a promo god. You are a, and this is something that I say a lot, you are a moments, not matches person. So if I was going to write an article on CM Punk, I'm going to give you his top 10 moments, not his top 10 matches.
That's the one right there.
You're a moments guy, and that's fine. Be who you are. Live in that. Accept that, and be great at providing those moments. He might be the guy for y'all in AEW right now, but he's not even the guy in AEW.
D. Morris, did you just hear what she was saying? She really explained why he's not the guy.
And it's okay, but it's okay. The guy for AEW is not going to be a promo kid, because that's not the company that we're talking about. We're not talking about a company that flourishes with promos, because if we are, Thunder Rosa wouldn't be champion. If we are, Hook wouldn't be champion. He eat chips. He don't say anything. We're not in a promo era with AEW. We're in a wrestling era. If you ain't out there kicking ass, we got nothing to talk about. So while CM Punk can put on decent matches, while he is the pipe bomb, what are you outside of the pipe bomb? Give me your identity outside of the trauma, because that's the problem. Your identity is trauma right now. And we want to see CM Punk now. What are you giving us now? Other than anger. So goofy. And you don't have to be. You can be better. But you have to make that choice to invest in yourself, let some of that hurt go, get your ass up off your shoulders, and figure out where you stand. If you're going to be the moment guy, give me moments. Make me look forward to you coming out to give me the moments. That's fine. That's okay. Walk in that. Don't be bitter when somebody calls you out about it. That's all I got.
She's right. CM Punk, if you're listening, get that chip out your shoulder. You have no reason to be upset. And if you are upset, you need to dig in within yourself and figure out what it is that you're mad about. What is you truly mad about? Is it something that you feel like you should be doing this, you should be doing that? I mean, like I said, you've been in WWE, you've been in these promotions, you have a good resume behind you. You have done things that some people in that locker room hasn't done. You need to understand that it is what it is. The man is gone. His karma is happening. So now that this happening, you need to figure out what it is that you truly is mad about, because you are a promo guy. And it's okay.
There isn't one. So why not be okay with being the promo guy?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a company that don't cut promos, give people something to look forward to.
Get out your head, man, because I promise you, it's probably not that serious. And I guarantee Adam Page probably did not remember what he said in May. The way that he acted, I could tell he don't remember. He probably like, that was months ago. I don't remember what I said. I just remember saying it.
Absolutely, ask somebody to pull it up on YouTube and play it back for him because he had no idea.
They probably had to put it. He probably but I mean, it was facts. He said what you just said. You come out here and you talk that you want to do this for the younger generation, but all you have done is done everything that benefits you. Like, you won all your matches. You haven't took no type of loss. Like, you lost against people that I felt like you should have lost to. You won against Penta. Shoot. And Penta carried the whole match. And he was protecting you. That made me mad. But yeah, CM Punk is Goofy of the Week. So you need to work on it. You need to do some shadow work or something. You about to block your own blessings again. So you don't want to do that. Okay? Let that hurt go. Okay? He need to let it go too. But you need to let it go. It's okay to let it go. D Morris, we've already said that we know it's probably a work, but we still gonna talk about it, okay? So don't be one of those, okay? I know some dudes, that y'all like to correct women, or y'all like to, feel like, oh, this is y'all just, don't do that, okay? We know that it's probably a work, okay? We get it. We're just having a discussion. But that's it for tonight. Meka, you have any shout outs or something you want to let the crowd know where they can find you and everything?
Of course. If y'all like me, you can catch me on Women's Wrestling Talk. I will be back in the month of September, but there are amazing writers and hosts doing amazing things over there. The shows that I'm on is actually Rampage on Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. I do Turnbuckle Glam on Sundays. I do a indie show on Saturdays. And I'm always writing articles. If you go to the Women's Wrestling Talk Twitter, the pinned article I pinned, it's an open letter to Naomi, which is even more relevant now that Trinity is not. Thank you. But y'all can find me on everything at Make the Mage. If you want to talk about anything, DM me. My DMs are always open. Anything you want to see covered, we have some good months coming up. So if you enjoy Women's Wrestling Talk is where we cover that all the time. It's okay for the men to be around. You can be in women's business over there because y'all know that it's women's business. So definitely hit the like and subscribe button here. Hopefully this isn't my last time on here because but it was a pleasure. I just, I'm glad to be back. So, we gonna do this thing. And if you're in Dallas and going to the Impact taping, hit me up. I might be there. So we might be able to have a drink or something. So
Big Mike. Thank you for coming. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. Make sure y'all read her articles. She's an amazing journalist, amazing writer. I'm actually a fan of her articles as well. So I had to get her on the show so she can get her flowers. Make sure y'all give it up and follow and like her. She will charge y'all up too, like me. So, you be dumb, then, stupid. You win stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
And I stay ready. So
yeah, she stay ready too. So make sure y'all do follow her and support her, and also support Women's Wrestling Talk as well. They do great things, especially for women in content as well as women wrestling fans. I do enjoy what they provide for the community as well. So make sure y'all follow them as well. And until next time, until next week, we are out of here.
Punk with the shove.